think if you believe in what you're doing, many people will tell you, why you're mistaken, why it'll never work. But if you really believe passionately in what you're doing, just keep going, keep pushing on, and until you either succeed or at least you realise that it's just not going to happen. And then if you don't succeed, pick yourself up and try again. And ultimately, if you're that determined, you will succeed in life. And if you don't, you'll have a hell of a lot of fun trying. I started literally in a really small way, like handing out leaflets outside concert halls and selling music, getting the money in from the leaflets and then sending the music out, and just one thing led on to another. So you don't have to dream big straight away. Just try to get the nuts and bolts of your business going.
Looks like you always go out of your comfort zone, right? Coming onto an island that was completely deserted, no fresh water, you didn't even have the money to buy it, and now you're sleeping on a tent on the beach trying to figure out how to get fresh water here. You do that often. You did it with the airline.
I was just somebody that experienced the bad experience of traveling on airlines. I was actually trying to get to the BVI, the British Virgin Islands, one day from Puerto Rico, and the same lovely lady was waiting for me, and I'd been away for 3 weeks, and American Airlines bumped the flight, and so I went to the back of the airport. I hired a plane, I hired a blackboard, I wrote Virgin Airlines one way, $29 to the BVI, and went around all the people who'd been bumped, and I filled my first plane, and that got me thinking, that airlines do bump people. They don't care about you or me particularly in the air, and so I then rang up Boeing and said, do you have any second-hand 747s?
No kidding. I mean, it was literally that. You just sat in the airport and said, I'm starting an airline right now because I'm frustrated.
Exactly. And I think most of the best entrepreneurial ideas come out of frustration. I think, if you're frustrated about something, the best way of sorting it out is get out and do it, and you've got yourself a business.
Over the next 5 years, we plan to take on the banking community. We plan to take on the cosmetics industry, we plan to take on the clothing industry, and telecommunications and one or two other industries, and see whether we can give them a run for their money and do it slightly differently than it's been done before.
And why do you think you can do it?
Mainly because I think we've got a fantastic team of people. We attract good people.
And their skills are translatable to whatever the industry is. It's creativity, it's risk orientation, it's what?
I think if you can run one business well, you can run any business. If you know that what matters in business is a good team of people, well-motivated team of people, incentivized well, given a lot of freedom to go out and prove themselves, you can pretty well achieve anything.
The key to, I think, being a good business leader is how good you are with people. I think if you can genuinely care about people, and not just your fellow directors, but the cleaning lady, the switchboard operator, everybody throughout the company. If you're a good, if you praise and don't criticize, people will flourish. So I think it's really your people skills that will set you apart. And I don't think that can be overemphasized. I think you just got to, if I'm on a Virgin plane, I will make sure that I always have a notebook in my back pocket. Make sure I get out and talk to all the staff. If they've got issues, make sure I don't just, hear the issue and not write it down. Make sure those issues get written down. Talk to the passengers. If they've got issues, make sure those issues get written down.
I mean, I am dyslexic, and therefore I think I've been very good at keeping things simple because, as a dyslexic, I need things to be simple for myself, and therefore, Virgin, I think, when we launch a financial service company or a bank, we do not use jargon. Everything's very clear cut, very simple, and I think people have an affinity to the Virgin brand because we don't we don't talk above them or talk down to them.
I think a lot of people do not have the courage to try to start a business. And all I would say, I've written a book called Screw It, Just Do It. And it basically is trying to say to people, just give it a try. Actually, sometimes a very, very small amount of money is all that's needed to start a company. My mother found a bracelet on the street and she handed it into the police station. And after 3 months, the police let her sell it. And the couple of $100 was really critical at a critical time in the development of our business. So all I say is just give it a go, and good luck with that.
I think the most important thing about running a company is to remember all the time what a company is. A company is simply a group of people, and as a leader of people, you have to be a great listener, you have to be a great motivator, you have to be very good at praising and looking for the best in people. People are no different from flowers. If you water flowers, they flourish. If you praise people, they flourish, and that's a critical attribute of a leader.
There's a very thin dividing line between success and failure when you start a business from scratch. And if you don't have enough money to pay the bills, you go the wrong side of that dividing line. And if you can somehow get enough money to pay the bills, you stay the right side of that dividing line. I've always been running faster than perhaps I should, and I've had great difficulty saying no to things, so keep on taking on new things. And we've just managed to stay the right side of the dividing line over the last 50 years in business. But equally, in those early days, when you're starting a business without any financial backing, it's easy to slip the wrong side. And in fact, most entrepreneurs do slip the wrong side. And the important thing is then just to pick yourself up and start again. And if it doesn't work at that time, keep going until you do succeed, and not to give up.
I think the next stage is to be a great delegator, and not try to do everything yourself. Try to find people who are better than you all the time. Try to find people who are better than you to put you out of business effectively. So, whatever you're spending all your day doing, try to find someone who's better than you to do that, to replace you at it, so that you can go off and think about the next big picture. An entrepreneur is not a manager. An entrepreneur is somebody who is great at conceiving ideas, starting ideas, building ideas, but then handing over to really good managers to manage the businesses. The moment you've got more than one business, you can't be hands-on doing everything.
I don't actually think that the stereotype of a business person treading all over people to get to the top, generally speaking, works. I think if you treat people well, people will come back and come back for more. And it's a very small world. I actually think that the best way of becoming a successful business leader is dealing with people fairly and well, and like to think that's how we run Virgin.